What Mr. Rose said is the state proposed this to the union. When the union put this out at the EA and our rep brought it back to us, everybody thought the union was putting it out, which that's what it fucking looks like right here. A few things have been cleared up. Not everything. To me, that neutral arbitrator, he's not neutral. He is not neutral. He's not looking at either side. He's looking at his own side. Everything was said here today. So he's not neutral. These 9 DRL days. Didn't a federal judge tell Patterson he can't furlough state employees? It's illegal and it's unconstitutional. So why don't we file a lawsuit at it? Why are these other unions doing that? It's illegal and unconstitutional.
They agreed to it.
Right.
Well, I'm not agreeing to nothing that's illegal and unconstitutional.
It can't be imposed on us.
Anybody that here that agrees to this, you're out of your fucking minds.
This is different because he's not just taking their money, he's actually giving you the time off. Their state's going to give you the time off.
They're going to give you time off?
Supposedly pay you back 4 days.
They're going to force you to take the time off, but they're taking the 9 days pay off your rental.
They're taking it off right
which
now.
is money that you already earned, you already worked, so they're going to pay you with your own money.
But you're
And then they're gonna pay you
Yeah.
back 4 days.
Yes.
What about the other 5 days?
Sounds like an interest-free
2
loan.
years after the contract expires.
So that's 5 days that I already worked for, and I'm not gonna get paid back. That's a lot of money out of my kids' mouth.
But I'm saying just the furlough days, he's not just taking the days, they're actually giving you the time off. So it's different than furlough days. Correct? It's a lag day.
Yeah.
Where he just took the money, he didn't give you the time
And we
off.
already beat in
Now,
court
everybody's
lag
saying
days.
This is, lag days, it's no different than lag days, because there's furloughs. But they're giving you the day off, and they're paying you back for 4 days.
They're laying you off for 5 days. They're taking a 4-day interest-free loan.
Sign up for your unemployment on furlough days.
When you take that day off,
They're
they're gonna pay you with the 9 days pay that they took out of your retro check that you already worked for. So you're paying yourself with your own money to take that day off. It's not out of the state's money, it's out of your own
Not
money.
5 days.
All 9 days, then they're gonna give you 4 days back somewhere else. And they still owe you 5 that you worked for. You weren't. You put your life on the line behind them fucking walls.
Anybody else got a question?
Mike Hannigan. I was holding back because I was waiting for everybody else to talk, and I was really appreciating it. I had a little problem with the way this all went down. The fact is, we're asking for a vote for the 5th time by my count. We've taken some informal ones. We've taken some formal ones that haven't been recorded. We took another one where the same question was asked up at the EA. And then it was, I think, about a 3-2, 4-2. It was almost twice as many people against it as for it. Same question. Whether they could go back and start negotiating like this. And I don't believe it's a coincidence that this question keeps coming up. Can we go back and negotiate? Can we go back and negotiate? So I went to a lawyer today and I filed another improper practice charge against you. I don't like the fact that retirees aren't allowed to vote on this. I don't like the fact that no vote is being recorded. I don't like the fact that the guy that was running against you that dropped out of the election is accused of fudging the numbers on a vote. And there's nothing to say that there was an investigation into that, or there was ever charges against him. So I don't have a lot of confidence that any kind of vote is going to be an accurate number. I don't like the fact that this proposal has one side and there's nothing to counter it. As under the Taylor Law, a 2-year deal, in most cases the arbitrator just stays in their lane, and if everybody else is getting 3 and 4s, that's probably what they get. And under the Triborough Agreement, you can't do things like you can't increase your health costs, and you can't do things like lag people, which is what this is, which we've won twice in court. The only way we can lose it is by going back and negotiating. And once we give it away, you can't take it back and say we don't want to do that anymore. I don't think it's a coincidence that they're asking for this to come up the same day for a vote that the law enforcement people are getting theirs. And I want to find out if there's any truth to the rumor that the arbitrators already accepted a position with the state. So for those reasons, I filed an improper practice charge. No, I just use it as an opportunity to get that away from you.
Is he?
Now, this is a copy of all of your, what you ran on. And it's got 3 important things that you say here. You were the PAC chairman. And it mentions when you ran for president, they've never used, actually it wasn't, I'll read it to you. As I ran for president in 2008, I knew NYSCOBA had a very crucial tool available for contract negotiations, but it was not being used properly. Actually, it wasn't being used at all. By not utilizing the hard-won tool of binding arbitration, previous leadership settled for subpar contracts. It goes on. I'm going to pass this around. Take a look at it. You can ask him about that if he still feels that way. The other thing that was important to me is, as PAC chairman, we have it looks like we spend about $500,000 a year to influence legislators. And we've got a law firm for $2.9 million a year. That's what we pay them. We closed all these prisons without doing anything about double bunking. Now, I looked at the accreditation standards we have right now, and we're in violation. Now, it seems to me if we're paying a law firm $2.9 million a year, we could do something like file an improper practice charge like that, get a temporary restraining order, which is what I have on this vote issue, and say you're not going to close any prisons until you do away with these double bunkings. And once you get rid of all the double bunking, any excess is excess. That's what we do when we're negotiating and we're taking a hard stand. Now, I think if we hold fast and use the binding arbitration process for 2 years, I think the arbitrator is going to do exactly what they're supposed to do and just stay in their lane and probably do something like the 3 and the 4, and there's going to be no health increase, and there's going to be no lag days. And I think when we do that, we still hold the course on that, then we start doing some tough negotiating when we come back to the table, if we come back to the table. The questions I have for you, if you had $2.9 million worth of law firm, how come you didn't ask before they closed the prisons that they get rid of the double bunking? If you're spending $500,000 a year for legislators, how come you allowed them, or how come you didn't contest the fact, and we're spending the same money again next year, that they changed the law from 1 year for the closures, and it had to be by a panel, to 60 days, and it was done by the governor?
Is that a question, Mike? Yeah. First of all, we've never spent $500,000.
That's what the budget says. You go to followthemoney.com, it's got in excess of that. It's got about $600,000 a year you spend.
Maybe in election year 2006.
Every year.
All right. Anyways, as far as the 1-year notification law, you fought it. You fought it with the legislators. The legislators agreed to it. They came to it. They came to it in years past. They came to it last year. As far as double bunking was the ball was dropped back in 2001 when they changed the regulation as far as the dwelling of an inmate, the occupation of an inmate. Since I've been president, we contested the double bunking variances that have gone from